Good evening and welcome back to Trial Watch with Demetra. I am your hostess, Judge D. Lit, and I'm back with another live for you guys. I've missed you guys. Night court, Lit Lane, jury box. I know it has been hectic, but we are making moves. Believe me. So, welcome back to the Lit Lane jury box. Tonight we start our second killer trials. The first one we did was with the sheriff, okay? Where we watched the killer case episode, and then we got the background and everything, and then we went to watching the trial, the highlights, the best of. Okay, so the sheriff one, the sheriff one we did a couple of weeks ago, last month or so. This is the second episode like that, a little bit tweaked. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This is a very popular. I don't know if popular is the word that should be used. Hey, pretty out Shannons, welcome back. Miss Step 219, thank you for renewing your membership. Okay, now this true time story with the KEMIA HASSEL trial has been on a lot of true crime shows. Dateline, 2020, all of them. Okay, so we're gonna watch the background, the episode from the killer case, and then from there for the rest of the week we'll be able to go into the trial, the best of the trial, know what's going on, know what to look for, so we can sit in the box and really talk about the different issues at hand. This case, I didn't watch it, like if it's on TV or something like that and I come across it, I watch it every time because it's so interesting. So I kind of want to get to it. I want to keep this live at the 2 hours. Welcome back, Bird. Welcome back, Tanya McNeil. Tanya, I saw you last week when I wasn't coming on here. I tried to speak, but then something happened. I said, I see Tanya. So anyway, you guys, I'm glad to see y'all. We want to get this show on the road. Let me take this down. Let me take all this down. Please be sure to hit your gavel on the like. Move this. Why did I miss? No, shit. All right, so this is the killer cases episode. I will be cutting in and asking different questions and talking with the chat. Let's get it started here. Share that. But then I got a new media player. Dang. Okay.
Clock.
911.
I need help. My husband was shot.
His wife was there. KEMIA HASSEL was there, kneeling down next to Sergeant Hassel, hugging him, covered in blood, crying.
Hey, back up! Whoa!
Very upset.
No. He's at the hospital right now, and Tyrone, everybody's up there. I'm gonna be honest, it does not look good. Oh no!
Okay. He was the pride of his family. He shot up the ranks and made sergeant at an incredibly young age.
You wait and wait and wait for that time for that boy to grow up and become a man and become your friend as well as your son. And it was all taken away from him.
The evidence will clearly establish that Jeremy Cuellar is a full-blown psychopath.
I could tell by the way you look, man, you want me to burn in hell, sir. And I understand that.
This guy got into you, he got into your head, you guys are working together, he's playing you.
That gun was never in her hand, but her fingerprints are all over this murder.
So yes is the answer to the question. You are also being a manipulator in this situation, correct?
I guess that's a fair statement, yes.
And without those statements, the prosecution has no case against KEMIA HASSEL.
Welcome back, family. Good evening.
This is
Raise your hand if you've seen this on any one of the true crimes, or Dateline, or 2020. If you're familiar with
the only
this
thing they
trial,
could do was kill
raise
him.
your hand if you jury
We, the jury, and decline the defendant.
It's New Year's Eve. The call came in just after 11 o'clock.
911. I need help. My husband.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
I need help. I need help. My husband was shot. I need help.
And at that point, it's a massive response by police agencies from all over the area responding to that call.
The victim was a 23-year-old U.S. Army Sergeant, Tyrone Hassel III, shot while on holiday leave to visit his family in Benton Harbor. His distraught wife, KEMIA, called 911.
Did you see anybody around, ma'am? Okay.
When the officers got there, Sergeant Hassel was laying on the ground, slumped up against his truck. Obvious gunshot wounds to his head and neck area, gunshot wound to the shoulder area. His wife was there, KEMIA Hassel was there, kneeling down next to Sergeant Hassel, hugging him, covered in blood, crying, very upset.
Hey, back up! Whoa. No. Do you have any idea what happened here?
No, he just brought us something to eat.
Okay.
So we sitting on the couch eating, and then I just heard gunshots. Okay. And I ran to put my son in the room, and I came outside, and he was laying on the cart.
Okay, how many gunshots did you hear?
I don't know. I just heard a lot.
Do you have any idea how this happened?
I'm not sure.
I mean, this is serious, okay? I don't know what his condition is, but it does not look good, okay? So, if you know something...
I don't think he was beefing with anybody.
Now's the time.
Then Sergeant Hassel's father, Tyrone Jr., arrived on the scene.
You know who he is?
Son, this Tyrone Hassel III.
Tyrone Hassel III.
Seeing what I saw, I seen my son on the gurney. I can see the hole in the front and the back of his head. I was just hoping that some way, somehow, they can save his life. But I knew he was dead because I was looking in his eyes and it was no motion.
He's at the hospital right now, and Tyrone, everybody's up there. I'm gonna be honest, it does not look good.
Oh no!
Okay. At first, the police were just trying to really, contain the scene, preserve all the evidence, and try to figure out what's going on. A couple options that they originally thought could have been a robbery.
I thought that somebody may have tried to take his truck. He had a nice truck. He wore a nice jewelry. People knew he was in the military. And Benton Harbor is kind of a very low income city. And I thought somebody was just trying to get an easy come up.
There's evidence on his body. This may be a robbery, dude. We need to know if he had money. We need to know if... Go to the hospital.
But after some, real quick digging into it, that didn't seem to be the case because Sergeant Hassel still had his wallet with him with money. His phone was with him. Keys to his truck were right there. So nothing appeared to have been stolen.
All right, ma'am. We need to secure these people here.
I'm bothered.
We gotta get you guys out here so we can secure this scene, okay? We gotta collect some evidence. I know what the hell's going on.
Ma'am, you got to come out here with us, okay? Come on out here with me. I'm not trying to say anything by saying this, but I have to ask, okay? Was there drugs out here? Like, was he doing a drug deal? Or?
No, nothing that he told me.
My son don't have no file, anything. He don't have a record. He told me a long time ago, Daddy, if I go to jail, somebody frame me. My son walked a straight line his entire life.
So whatever happened right here, huh?
The bullet casings telling a story.
There's one, 2, 3.
And then number 4 is right there.
4. Maybe there was 4.
2 to the head, 1 to the neck, 1 to the shoulder.
Whoever shot him was either laying in wait or walked upon him because they shot him right up next to his truck right outside the door. It was a point-blank shot, I'm sure.
Somebody knows something.
The next route the police were looking into was possible mistaken identity. Maybe they thought the victim, Sergeant Hassel, was somebody else when the shooting took place.
And police soon learned from his friends and family that the sergeant's younger half-brother, Benny, had been running with a bad crowd.
More than likely, Benny was probably the target. He just happened to step out at the wrong damn time. And if I had to guess, that's what my theory on this whole thing is.
Sergeant Tyrone Hassel III was pronounced dead on New Year's Day. A cruel ending for the life of a young man who had worked so hard to make it out.
In the city of Ben Harbor, there's trouble everywhere you go. Trouble will find you. He stayed out of trouble because he stayed so busy.
He ran track, played baseball, got good grades, and had lots of friends.
Sergeant Hassel, everybody just described him as a guy.
Okay, real quick cutting in. Thank you guys for joining again. This is the best of, this is Killer Cases, the Trial Watch series. This is Gruesome Betrayal. So we're watching the original episode, Killer Case episode, to get familiar with the backstory and then get into real conversation and perspectives on the Trial Watch, okay? Hey, Miss Steph 219. So that's what's happening now, right? We're watching the episode together so we can all be on the same page when we start doing the best of Trial Watch tomorrow night. And this series, the way it goes, we'll do it like this. Watch it, get familiar. And for the rest of the week, we watch the best of moments. And then boom, the next week, a new trial. Okay, but this is the episode right here, Unbothered. We're playing it right here. Then the trial starts tomorrow night. But I'm saying, good night, hon. Thank you for supporting all day. It's been a day. All right, let's get back into this. Okay, because y'all get it. Okay, let's see.
That makes you a better person. Got an academic scholarship to go to Grand Valley State University.
He was doing what he needed to do to better his life.
While he was at Grand Valley, he decided he wanted to serve the country, and he enlisted in the Army. And immediately when he was in the Army, he shot up the ranks and made sergeant at an incredibly young age. I talked to some of the people in Army CID, and they said, yeah, you don't make sergeant as fast as he did.
It was a good fit, especially after falling in love with another soldier, KEMIA.
I thought she was great. I mean, I loved her like a daughter.
And then the young couple was deployed to Korea, serving in separate units, living in different barracks, standard policy for the U.S. Army. It seemed a happy marriage that got even better with the arrival of a son, Tyrone IV, nicknamed Chunk.
He just loved his family. He loved KEMIA, treated her like a queen. All he wanted to do was serve in the Army and take care of his family, and did the best he could at it.
Home for the holidays, he told his father how happy he was, happy with the Army, happy with his family, and always happy to know he would soon be having some of his father's home cooking.
He was dancing, thinking about that deep fried turkey and macaroni and cheese and dressing. I thought he was going to be a very successful young man, a very successful father and family member. I mean, he did things that at that age that it took me years and years and years to do.
He was the pride of his family. really just the pride of his friends and the community around here. Just a great, great man.
But the murder investigation was about to reveal that not everything was happy in Tyrone Hassel's life.
The family wants to find the person responsible for a New Year's Eve shooting that left a 23-year-old active military member dead.
You don't know why this would happen to him, so we really, really want to know why.
As detectives returned to the scene in daylight looking for more clues, there was still no answer to that question of why Tyrone Hassel's son was murdered.
We're still working it. We don't have much right now.
Police showed the heartbroken father surveillance photos of possible suspects pursuing the mistaken identity theory that the real target had been the victim's half-brother, Benny.
I've talked to Benny, man. Benny's got something he's holding back.
Hey, Walt, how are you?
Ornery as ever.
Ornery as ever.
Down the block, a neighbor came forward to report a suspicious man parking his car just before the shooting.
Because he was here, what, 2 or 3 days ago and parked there.
Neighborhood watch.
There were a lot of tips coming into the police on this case, and they followed up every single one. And they did that for about 10 days. Tip after tip coming in, they just kept following up on them.
But after talking with dozens of friends and family members,
all right, good luck, man.
And even the half-brother Benny, nothing panned out, and the mistaken identity
Benny
theory
ain't had nothing
was
to do
dismissed.
with this.
But I always kept saying, man, this ain't right. This is personal. And when they said that they probably thought it was a case of mistaken identity, I said no, because whoever did that seen his face.
And then the family's public pleas for help paid off.
There was an anonymous call that came in to the St. Joe Township Police Department.
Why you think this happened the way you do?
I'll help you with that.
And it was a woman calling saying, you need to take a look at people within his own battalion and platoon who may be responsible for this.
So they were all in Korea, and that's where it started.
Claiming Sergeant Hassel's wife, KEMIA, was having an affair with another soldier.
He and the girl had a relationship going on, and that the guy that died had said something to him, so they had words, and then he had threatened him.
And what I think I heard you understand is this relationship started in Korea, and there was a words exchanged or a confrontation between the husband, Tyrone, and the killer there.
Right. I don't know if it's there or here. The only thing is that the funeral is tomorrow. You guys should look at the wife.
Ooh-wee.
So now the investigation quickly shifted to Fort Stewart, Georgia, where Tyrone and KEMIA were based, a place that held some dark secrets.
There were 2 Army specialists that came forward in Fort Stewart to their criminal investigation divisions and began to give a statement about what took place.
One of them revealing that Sergeant Hassel had learned his wife KEMIA was indeed having an affair with another soldier.
You said Hassel did know there was something going on between the two of them.
Yeah, her husband caught her.
Okay.
The other soldier allegedly having the affair with the victim's wife was identified as Specialist Jeremy Cuellar, known as Quay.
What did Quay say about, did he ever talk about her while he was on leave, anything like that?
He just can't wait to get back to the States so he can get a divorce from his wife.
And then another soldier revealed he had sold Cuellar a Glock pistol just 2 weeks before the murder.
I know how to use it, show him how to unload it, load it, clean it, take it apart, disassemble it, put it back together.
It was more than enough for Army investigators at Fort Stewart to place Jeremy Cuellar under arrest.
Gotcha. And now we brought you down here for a reason, okay? Have they told you or informed you anything about why you were picked up last night? Okay.
But Cuellar cut off any questions after being advised of his rights.
And at this point in time, do you wish to have a lawyer?
But he apparently had already talked plenty with another soldier in his platoon.
And he said, I did what I had to do. I went up there and I took care of it. He talked about the number of shots he fired, what gun he had, how it came about in the driveway of Sergeant Hassel's family.
So the next question was, what about Sergeant Hassel's wife, KEMIA? She had already been at the police station days earlier, in tears, offering to help find her husband's killer. But she made no mention of the affair or her lover, Jeremy. Did she know what he had done?
What happened with something on Facebook?
They contacted Sergeant Hassel's father, Tyrone Hassel II, and said, "We need to talk to you. Can you bring KEMIA down with you to the station?"
So when I walked up to her, I said, "Hey, we got to go to the sheriff's department." She was like, "Okay, come on." And we walked in. He was like, "KEMIA, you go right here. Mr. Hassel, you have a seat right here." And they took her behind a secured door, came right back to me, and he said, "Mr. Hassel, go home. It's going to be a long night." I kind of like slowly walked away like, what the heck just happened?
KEMIA was indeed in for a long night, about to be questioned by State Police Detective First Lieutenant Andrew Lunguski.
We didn't know if we had a boyfriend who was maybe obsessed with her a little bit and acted on his own because he was saying that he had committed the homicide, or if she was actually involved.
The detective began with questions about the affair with Jeremy.
What was going on? Did he just start working you? Did it start in Korea? Is that where everything started going? Because there's no doubt about it. This whole relationship's going.
In Korea, that's where it started. Like, we weren't sexual or anything, but we were really close.
But you are now.
We're really close.
You guys were probably sexual somewhere throughout all this. You have to be to have this kind of, for him to get this hold on you, he's had a breakthrough sexually to you, I'm guessing, first.
Not even just sexually. I just was feeling so bad, like, with Todd. Like, nothing me not wanting to be with him, but just how I was being treated. I was just feeling so bad. And it's just like he was just there, like, listening and everything. Like, he listened. Like, he listened to me, and I felt like with Todd, it was times where he wouldn't listen to me.
Okay, so can y'all hear me?
She
Or is it
seemed
gone?
to be very believable as far as she was sad that her husband was gone. Told me that she wouldn't want to marry again because nobody treated her as good as her husband did.
And she
I don't know if
denied
y'all
knowing
can hear
anything
me.
about the murder to Detective Longuski,
what?
who had been chosen for
Hey,
this
True Crime
questioning
Lullabies.
because he was
Okay, so
also
y'all
the
can hear me,
chief
right?
of the
Okay, so
polygraph
let me
unit for the
switch
state
back over
police,
here.
an expert with the
Y'all.
lie detector test, which she then
The only
agreed
thing
to
I
take.
can
I
say
think she wanted to prove
is
that
that
she
I'm
wasn't
gonna
involved.
figure this shit
Back at the
out.
Hassel home, her husband's family
Hold
had
on.
no idea what was happening,
'Cause it's
why
still
it was
playing on
taking
my
so
side.
long, well past midnight.
Phone, I'm like,
They are not going to allow me to be great. I swear to God, okay? But it's still playing on my side. Can y'all hear me? Okay, let me go off of here. And cut my live off again. Today has been a horrible day for me with this.